That was Amy Goodman interviewing Danny Glover in Johannesburg. We will post the entire interview Amy had with him on our website. We turn now to Libya, where intense fighting continues outside Benghazi, the rebel stronghold in the east of the country. The United Nations Security Council is expected to vote as early as today on imposing a no-fly zone over Libya. CNN reports the United Nations is also considering launching airstrikes against Gaddafi's forces to halt their recent advances. On Wednesday, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, raised the possibility of, quote, going beyond the no-fly zone. Meanwhile, the New York Times said Wednesday that 4 of its journalists had gone missing in Libya. They were reporting from the northern port city of Anjali. The missing journalists are Anthony Shadid, the Beirut bureau chief, Stephen Farrell, a reporter and videographer, and 2 photographers, Tyler Hicks and Lindsay Adario. Last week, Democracy Now! Correspondent Anjali Kamut was in the Libyan city of Benghazi. She filed this report about efforts by anti-government forces to build a new media center to report on the struggle against the Gaddafi government.
Weeks ago, the protest began right here in the square by the Benghazi courthouse. This is the center of the rebel-held east. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi's forces are bombing cities in the west and strategic oil towns in the east. Thousands of young men from here have volunteered to go onto the front lines. They're hoping to push westwards onto Tripoli. But those who remain here are waging a very different sort of battle against Gaddafi's powerful propaganda machine. We're going now to the High Court building. It's now the media center for the revolutionaries.
Hold on. Let me see. Maybe we'll go to the press room. I'll see the press room. The last one. I'll see one. My name is Mohammed Mustafa Kamlan, okay? And I am actually a dentist, but here I'm volunteering to register and document the foreign press. This center was made is to fight the Gaddafis in different way by the media and to reach the people and to give them the correct and right information and news.
What is a dentist doing in a media center?
I consider myself now as a revolutionist. Now I forgot my job completely. Actually, in the beginning of the revolution, nobody know what to do. So I have some ideas, and the other people have some ideas. We built and we made this center, and I joined, and I continue my volunteering with them. So I quit my job now, for the time being. Before the revolution, there was only one newspaper that belongs to the government. But after the revolution, now there are almost 5 newspapers now, okay? And there's the online TV, on-stream TV, okay? And there's the internet connection that we've got to manage here in this building. And everybody is counting on the media. Everybody wants to get the news from this place. We have many departments. We have the newspaper department. We have the documentation department, which is I am holding it. We have a library department and the painters department, where they paint and write the signs in different languages. This is the media and graphic designs. This place. The signs like this one, you see? This kind of signs. Yeah. And they do some graphic designing, and they're here where they collect the pictures and videos from the revolution. This is where they set up the internet.
My name is Ahmed Al-Nehom. I'm a communication engineer.
The whole time, we've been in Libya, the internet's been mostly off, but you've been able to get past the internet blackout.
We started looking for these systems, tried to stop the blockage from the government, and we, thank God, succeeded. We managed to keep the internet active for journalists, for the media center, for the team of Facebook, which is the most visited website.
Explain how you got through the internet blockage.
Everything possible. We do everything possible. As you know, communication is a new technology, developing very fast. Blocking the way, all the way, it seems like impossible. So we're trying, and they're trying, and the best will win.
So you make it sound like a race.
Yeah, exactly. It's more than a race. It's a fight for freedom.
Has this been an exciting experience for you, just doing this sort of work for such a large cause?
Of course, this is maybe the first time I appreciate myself. I see myself doing something worthy. And this is the first time I have been in a rebel. We've been mouth shuttered for 42 years. And we believe in God. He started this. And we believe He will finish it in the right way.
Combating 4 decades of state propaganda is no easy task, but one group of former state media employees decided to take matters into their own hands. 4 days into the uprising, they took over the airwaves. Khalid Ali heads up the radio station that broadcasts on what was once state-controlled frequency. It's called the Voice of Free Libya.
Gaddafi is waging a media war against us using lies and chaos. So we began broadcasting from here as the Voice of Free Libya from Benghazi. We put out calls to fight rumors disseminated by the regime. We tried to make people aware that these rumors are not true and are intended to spread chaos and fear. And that's what we're doing now. Anything that the state media says, we try to counter with the reality of what's really happening and broadcast the truth to the people of Benghazi.
A former employee of state-run radio, Khalid Ali has first-hand experience of the restrictions the Gaddafi regime placed on freedom of expression. He was arrested last year after discussing the massacre of 1,200 inmates at the Abu Salim prison, which took place in 1996.
Well, then we brought up the issue of the massacre of Abu Salim prison, and our guest was Abdul Hafiz Ghoka, who is now the official spokesperson for the Provisional National Council. This episode was the last straw, so to speak, and since then we became targets of the regime. We were accused of being agents and traitors and arrested. We were prevented from broadcasting for 1 year and only returned to broadcasting after the February 17th revolution.
As the battles rage on in towns west of Benghazi, much of the radio station's programming is dedicated to news bulletins from the battlefront. For many Libyans volunteering at the media center, the fight at the front lines hits close to home.
We're really disappointed of the United Nations, countries calling themselves protector for the freedom, people dying by hundreds, and they're making meetings, discussing, and people dying here. My nephew now, in the front lines, he's 18 years old.
Why did your nephew decide to go?
You cannot say this question because why all these people went there? Because they believe this is their chance, the only chance.
What's his name?
Yasin.
He's from Benghazi?
Yes. God bless him. I wish you'd be here when we celebrate this. Inshallah. Soon.
I asked Mohammed Kaplan how their messaging has changed as the Libyan uprising turned from a peaceful protest to an armed revolt.
But when they began to bring mercenaries from different countries and brutal killings and stopping the funerals, from those moments we've changed our message. That's a battle for life. We started peacefully, but he didn't give us a chance, and he's continuing killing us. So we reached to a level, it's whether we die or we win. There's no another or third option. Winning or dying. This is what we are thinking about now. And everybody is thinking about these two things. Even if you can see small young boys, 12, 15, 16, they're going to the West to fight without a weapon. you know, because they want dignity, they want to live. They're not afraid anymore.
For Democracy Now!, I'm Anjali Kamut in Benghazi, Libya with Yusuf Misdaq.